Hey guys, today we're going to be taking a look at the Bravo Concealment holster. I'm sure you guys have heard of Bravo Concealment. They have been all over ads on YouTube and the internet for a while there. They're really pushing their products hard there for a while. I haven't seen their ads in a little bit, but I'm sure for the most part you guys have heard of this company. So let's get right into the first 30-second breakdown. This is where in the first 30 seconds, give or take, I give you guys my exact thoughts on the product before going into complete details and everything. And you guys can watch that later if you want to. So I've got two of these holsters, a light bearing and a not light bearing. This one, the non-light bearing, I like a lot and I conceal carry quite often. The light bearing, I do not like that much and I do not carry nearly as much. The reason being, this one has no tensioning screw. Actually, none of them do. And that's one of the biggest issues. It just falls completely out of the gun. There is no retention whatsoever with this holster, and I absolutely do not like that, and that's why I don't carry this much. This one has really good tension and keeps my gun in there really well. It can shake it, doesn't fall out, and I think this one conceals really well. So I really like this one, do not like this one. Let's get right into my relationship with Bravo Concealment. They did send me both these holsters. I did not pay for them with my own money. They also sent me another holster and mag holsters as well. I use those very, very seldomly, usually if I'm teaching a class and someone needs a holster and they don't have one. Other than that, I don't personally use them. But these two I have been testing for a while now. I've been testing this one for over a year and this one for about 6 to 8 months. And let's go over exactly why I said I don't like this one and why I like this one. The benefits of this holster, the non-light bearing, is it's very small, lightweight, simple. It's basic. There's really nothing to it. It conceals pretty decently actually, and that's why I carry it a lot. I usually carry right here on my hip, and I have no issues concealing. I actually run my 26, which helps a lot with concealment. The 19 sticks out a little bit more, but I have the 26 with a 19 slide, so it has that longer slide length with the shorter frame, so that helps with concealment. But the holster itself has really good retention. It doesn't wear weird, and for the last year or so, it has worked really well for me. I like this holster. The price point for these are about $40, which is actually really pretty cheap in the holster game right now, because you know most holsters you're looking at like $60 to $100 depending on what you're getting. You can go higher than that if you're going appendix and whatnot, but for as simple as this is, it works really well and it's really cheap, so I like this one for that fact. Now this one I've had a lot of issues with and I do not like it, the light bearing one. I've contacted them asking them why they don't do tension screws. They should do tension screws, and they just kind of said this is the way they do things, and unfortunately I don't see any future of them doing tensioning screws. Now they sent me one of these first, and the holster was so tight I almost could not draw my gun out of it. It was ridiculously tight. I'd have to rip my pants up to my belly button, just try to get the gun out, and sometimes I couldn't get the gun out at all. And in a situation, if I need that gun, I'm not gonna sit there and try to yank on my belt and rip the holster out of the pants and belt and not get my gun out. So I sent that one back. They sent me a new one, and this one has a ridiculously light amount of tension. Like I said, I can literally just rotate down and the gun just falls out. And I don't like that, because if I'm carrying this with stuff, I haven't put it on yet. Sometimes when I go for a long trip, I do not wear this. I'll just put it in my vehicle. So I'll take it and I'll walk out to the truck with it. And if I'm holding some things in my hands, I don't like it, because I have to make sure this is held upright, so I don't, you know, the gun doesn't come out a little bit and show that trigger guard. So I always try to really hold this one tight or take it out by itself. So I don't like how loose that is. There's zero tension to it. And I think it's kind of crappy for a holster, because a holster, the point of it is to protect the gun from you having to, you know, press the trigger or keep that gun safe, and this holster unfortunately doesn't do it. So this one is $40 as well, so I think the price points on both of these is really good, so that is a big pro for me. So there's nothing really special about these. They're very basic. There's no claws sticking out trying to help with concealment. What you're getting is a very simple, very basic holster. The clips work well. They're not cheap. I think they work well. I haven't had an issue at all with them breaking. Like I said, I've ran them quite a bit, almost every day for the past year at least. If not one of these, I've been having them with me. Like I'd carry this with me in the truck or have it with me at all times. So they work well, they're durable. The only cons are the fact that this one does not hold retention very well, and I think there's better options out there. So let's go over that real quick. If you just want something super simple and just want to spend 40 bucks, I think this is a good option. This one's a good option, not this one. I don't recommend this one. This one's a good option. I think there are better options out there, but you're going to spend a little bit more money. I think TXC makes a really good option for a holster without a light, which I will, or without a mag, which I'll be getting soon. I want to pick up one of those. It's on my list, definitely to buy here soon. But I think they make a really good option for something like this. So if you're looking for holsters and you want to spend a little bit more, I think there's a better option. This one I definitely do not recommend. I think it's a terrible choice for a holster. I think they could do a lot better. I think there's things they can improve, like cutting this out, allowing 34s. Like I want to run my 34 in it, but I can't because they put that goofy little round thing to where only a threaded barrel will work, which I have a threaded barrel on this one, so this gun does work, but I think it's goofy that they didn't just open that up and allow for anything to go through. I think the reason being is they want you to buy another one if you have to get a new gun. So would I recommend these and spend my own money on these? Like I said, this one I would recommend and spend my own money on because I do like this one. I think it works well. If I only had $40, I'd spend my money on it. But if I was looking for a go-to holster, this isn't the one I would buy. I would probably go to a TXC or something else because I think for a little bit more money, you have a better option. This one I definitely wouldn't recommend and I would not spend my own money on. I don't like it. I don't like that there's no retention in it, and I think it's silly that they don't have a tension screw. So if they're watching this video, I think you guys should definitely add a tension screw because I think this would make this holster a huge difference because I think the holster sits on my body well. It's comfortable. I mean, it's an X300, so it's kind of hard to conceal anyway with that massive light on there. But I think they did a decent job on the holster itself and how it sits and the clips and everything. I just think the fact that the tension, there is no way to tighten it or loosen it depending on who you are, because a lot of people are different. Some people really want that fast draw and be able to get the gun out of there. Some people like to have that tactile lock in there and know that it's in there. And what you get is random. I got a really tight one, a really loose one. Who knows if I would have got a third one, what that would have been. So do not recommend this in, and I would not spend my own money on this. So if you guys want to take a look at their website, you can take a look there. They do have other holsters, other mag holsters as well. If you guys want to help out my page and help me do what I do here, you guys can go down in the description. There's a link there. It'll give you guys right to my website. From there, you guys can go to different links like Brownells, Palmetto State Armory, Premier Body Armor, and anything you purchase using my link gives me a small kickback and lets the companies know that I'm generating some flow. So it helps me out a lot. If not, I just appreciate you guys watching the videos, being here, liking, share, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys very much.